right now I don't have a lot here. I know I only have Jesse Pinkman driving the crystal ship and some Nerf guns, but still, it's progress. Welcome to Binge Watchers, where we talk about the stories and characters we love and the shows they live in. My name is Ron, and today I'm gonna A your Q's. That sounded dirty, I'm sorry, I regretted it as soon as I said it. I'm gonna answer your question. So the first question comes from Pink at Heart, which is Becky, right? I mean, on Twitter it says Becky. I hope it's okay that I'm using your name. So Becky is asking about a few different things. All-time favorite shows, thoughts about some new shows, and book adaptations. So a few of you actually asked me about my favorite show, and this is a very tough question to answer, so I'm dividing it into two categories. My favorite TV show, that means the story, the characters, all of that, and my favorite fandom, which is, it might be a TV show, but it also is so much more than just the show. So my favorite show has to be Sons of Anarchy. I'm absolutely in love with the story. The characters are amazing and fleshed out, and you can check out the review I did for it to learn all of my thoughts about it. My favorite fandom is Doctor Who. When I tell people I know that my favorite show is Sons of Anarchy, they often say, I thought it was Doctor Who because you're constantly referencing it, you annoying person. To which I reply, Doctor Who is so much more than a show. I can't really even make a video about Doctor Who because it would be like 2 hours long. I haven't figured out yet how I can condense everything I have to say about Doctor Who to a 5 to 7 minute video. I have so much freedom now to talk with my hands like this. But just to kind of let you understand how I feel about Doctor Who, I will say that I am seriously considering getting a TARDIS tattoo here. What do you think? Thoughts about new shows? Mr. Robot is getting me pretty excited. I'm definitely going to be watching that. And there's also a new Netflix original that's coming at the end of August, August 28th, I believe. Friday, that's called Narcos. And that looks pretty damn good as well, so I'm definitely going to be binging that in one day and then posting a review about it. I'm not very excited about Fear the Walking Dead, but I'm probably going to be watching it anyway, same as everyone. My favorite book adaptation, this is actually not a TV show, it's a movie, but it has to be Dune from 1984. I love the book and I love the movie. It's that movie with Sting, and it's amazing, and I recently rewatched it and it's still amazing. I'm also super excited for the HBO adaptation of American Gods because the book is incredible and HBO does incredible things. So much potential there. Next question comes from LB Vids, who is actually Sven, and he is one of the very few vloggers I watch. So keep up the good work, Sven. That was awkward for some reason. Anyway, the question Sven asks is, have you seen the latest Game of Thrones episode and what did you think about it? I think that at the time this might have been episode 9, and since then I've already made the Game of Thrones video, that I actually saw that you fiercely disagree with my opinion about Game of Thrones. I just didn't get around to replying to your comment yet, so I apologize for that. And, you know, Game of Thrones, it's good TV. I just don't love it. And I think that different people absorb different things from shows. So to me, Game of Thrones feels like just a series of shock value events. And to someone else, it feels like a beautifully crafted story. And I think that's okay. I think that some people just see some things that I don't in Game of Thrones. I do want to point out that I respect the show immensely and I do enjoy it. I mean, I do watch it after all. And as a classically trained geek, I do enjoy all of the medieval, high fantasy kind of themes. But I don't know, somewhere maybe season 3 or season 4, I don't know, something along the line just kind of got lost for me with Game of Thrones. I still obviously will be watching every season they make, and also probably the inevitable spin-off that will come, I don't know, one day. It'll happen. It's just a question of when. Porkchop Review asks, how was your day? Well, thank you. My day was just a, you know, like a good, productive Friday. I mean, here on Fridays, we don't go to work. We do go to work on Sunday, so I just got a lot done today. That doesn't happen often, but it did happen today, so So yeah. Next question is from Terry Page. What is your favorite show / experience that you have discovered while binging? I know that we kind of covered this already, but this is an interesting question. What is the best binge watching experience? I know that wasn't the question per se, but that's what I'm gonna answer. As I see it, there's the fun, fast-paced kind of binge watch, and then there's the more immersive kind of slowly unfolding sort of binge watch. Recently binge watching season 2 of The 100 and season 1 of The Flash was just a blast because these are just fun shows to tear through. But an example for that other kind would be Bloodline. As you might know, I watched all of it in a day, and it was just as satisfying as reading an entire novel, like a really good novel in one sitting, because it's really structured like a 13-hour movie, and the experience was just amazing and so satisfying. I loved how the show just unraveled slowly and how it was just designed to be binge watched. Really, it's a masterpiece. Also, I have to say that Sense8, despite not being for everyone at all, is also a very special experience to binge watch, like in one sitting. If you've watched it, you'll know what I mean when I say that you have to be in a special mood to binge watch Sense8. I mean, if you haven't, watch maybe 2 or 3 episodes from it and you'll know exactly what I mean. Personally, for me, binge watching a very strong show like Bloodline really intensifies, is that a word? Anyway, intensifies the connection that I feel with the characters. So it just makes it like a better experience for me. I don't always binge watch, but when I do, I make sure it's gonna be awesome. That was a lie. I usually binge watch. Next question comes from Toby, and Toby asks, what is your view on Freak of the Week episodes? I personally don't think we should have to go through completely irrelevant parts of the show to get the complete arc. What do you think? This is a good question. I like this question. I'm gonna bundle up Freak of the Week with police procedurals, or really any episode that is just a closed off story that doesn't really contribute anything to the overall plot. Or maybe it contributes a little bit, but not enough to matter. So the only real way to enjoy that standalone episode is that if it by itself is really good, which let's face it, it usually isn't. So my problem is less with the idea of Freak of the Week by itself, it's more with the fact that Freak of the Week shows tend to have 22 to 24 episode seasons, which is so much, it's so much time. So when an episode doesn't contribute anything to the overall story and it's basically just a copy of other episodes, I don't want to watch that. That's the reason I've skipped so many episodes of Supernatural. I mean, I love the story and I really like some of the characters, and I also really like some of the very, very good Freak of the Week episodes that they have, but I'm not gonna watch the same episode over and over again. Also, take House MD, for example. I really enjoyed it at first, but at some point it just started feeling like every episode is just the same template, and I couldn't watch it anymore. That's the reason I really appreciate The Flash right now. The show has a story, and they do a really good job at advancing that story in almost every episode. I still would have liked it if they had fewer episodes, like maybe 16 instead of 22 or 23, but I never felt like I was wasting my time. So Toby, to answer your question, I am generally not a fan of the Freak of the Week formula, but it can be done very well. My current top 3 Freak of the Week shows, and this of course can change by next week, but my top 3 currently, in no particular order, are Fringe, The X-Files, and The Flash. Jordan Spencer asked, what's your favorite movie and TV series? Well, we covered TV, and my favorite movie is Reservoir Dogs. Next question comes from Knight, and Knight asks about the fact that on one of my videos I mentioned in the comments that my dad lives in Germany and I live in Israel. So he's asking, what's the story there? So the story there is that I was born in Israel and I still currently live in Israel. I'm planning on moving to the US eventually. And my dad was also born in Israel, but he is currently living in Germany. Final question comes from Kevin Yino, an awesome person from Peru. And he asks, do you watch anime or do you play any games? Well, I don't watch a lot of anime right now. The last anime that I watched was Tokyo Ghoul, which was pretty awesome. And before that, it was Attack on Titan, which was awesome and amazing and everyone should watch it. I really want to watch Knights of Sidonia. I don't think it's a Netflix original, but I do think it's a Netflix exclusive. As for games, if I know that I don't have anything to do for like the next 12 hours, I'm probably gonna end up playing Skyrim. I somehow always find my way back to Skyrim. I love video games, and unfortunately right now I don't have a lot of time to play it, not nearly as much as I would like, but I am currently playing Elder Scrolls Online and Dragon Age Inquisition and Mortal Kombat X if there's someone to play with. So that's gonna be it for this time. This was so much fun to make, so thank you for that. Let me know in the comments down below if you want us to make this a thing. We can make it like maybe a monthly thing or do a Google Hangout or whatever, let me know. Also let me know what do you think I should get for my set, like TV related kind of things, or even if you think of something specific, send me the link and maybe I'll go and get it, because I'm gonna be in the US again soon, where a person can actually get cool things, because here it's a challenge. Anyway, I love you guys. I'm having so much fun with you, and I didn't really think of a way to sign off on this video, so keep binging and I'll see you next time.